request everybody present here to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am highly pleased to welcome all of you on this 18th convocation of Institute of Management and Information Science, Bhubaneswar, an institute always known for its values and principles. I am deeply indebted to our chief guest, Mr. Tarkas, convocation speaker, Father Thomas, for having accepted our invitation to grace this ceremonial occasion. On behalf of IMIS, I extend a hearty welcome you, sir. IMIS has a vision to go beyond the classroom education and to create corporate-ready professionals. Readiness for us is the culmination of positive attitude, sincere efforts, and uncompromising prudence of our students through a practice-based pedagogy. As on date, IMIS has produced more than 3,200 global managers and dynamic entrepreneurs. We firmly believe in our three basic principles and values, that is, discipline, leadership, and commitment. Our value system has proven to be a ladder that has taken us up to a rank as A1, A+, excellent B school, and amongst top 100 B school in India as per the survey conducted by IMA, CSR, Business India, Business World, Dalal Street, Business Today, etc. Recently, in October 2014, Business Student has ranked IMIS in top 40th position in India in academics and overall learning experience. This act cannot be successful without our close mentoring by the professors and dedicated Center for Student Development headed by Professor Dr. Suryadev. It is one of our core competencies. Student Development Center continuously assesses the students in order to make them eminently employable. Along with this, corporate interface program at IMIS ensures that the students regularly interact with corporate leaders, researchers, consultants, and successful entrepreneurs to satiate their quest for knowledge. Like previous year, this year IMIS conducted banking lecture series, marketing lecture series, and HR lecture series for creating institute and industry interface. Besides, in the current year, 67 corporate personalities and 24 academicians visited the campus on different occasions to deliberate and interact with our students. I feel good to mention the name of Professor Anamika and Dr. Manas Pal, who have been awarded the Best Management Paper on the 7th National Management Convention 2014. All these papers are published in the peer-reviewed journals. Ladies and gentlemen, we give priority to Institute's social responsibility. Along with the regular social developmental activities, the students of IMIS, under the dedicated guidance of Dr. Dali Dalai, have adopted 3 schools and 2 orphanages to help them in all fronts. Such activities are organized under the name Sahars to observe Joy of Giving Week. For making it happen, I sincerely express my thanks to all the sponsors, social activists, media people, and my students. It does not end here. On 22nd and 23rd of November 2014, our students of rural marketing area are organizing 6th Rural Marketing Mela Umang under the able leadership of Dr. Tanmay De at Jagannathpur village of Bhubaneswar area, which will be grand success like previous Umang. Umang will create an opportunity for companies to promote their products among the villagers. A record number of 50 plus companies will be participating in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Placement Department of IMIS works tirelessly throughout the year, arranging SIP and final placement of the students under the guidance of Professor S. Bhuya, Dean Corporate Relations, and 3 Corporate Relations officers. Let me honestly mention here that quality placement with good package is always the focus of IMIS. In CRP 2014, 40 companies offered summer training and 42 companies offered final placement to our students. The name of the companies worth mentioning here are Asian Paint, Axis Bank, Bharti AXA, Capital IQ, Ceasefire, Colgate Palmolive, Dabur India, Future Group, GSK Pharma, HDFC, HDFC Bank, ITC Limited, Jindal Steel and Power, L&T Finance, Naukri.com, Nestle India, PNB MetLife, Reliance GIC, Royal Bank of Scotland, SBI Life, Universal Shampoo, UPS, Vodafone, Wipro India, Excel Dynamics, etc. This year CRP 2015 process has already been started from 1st November 2014. Friends, IMIS is a system-driven B school. We have developed several processes and we continue to fine-tune them to match the need of the industry. Students are groomed with a personal touch. At the same time, academic focus is never compromised. I would like to thank each and every family member of IMIS for making this happen. The function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. And we at IMIS believe in the same. IMIS is marked by its unique definition of success, which is not just an achievement but a road to destination. Our success consolidates our strength. It enables our future managers to make things happen for them and not wait for things to happen for themselves. The road that originates from IMIS are many, but the destination is the same. Destination for us is nothing but success, success, and success. With this note, I once again welcome you all to this 18th Convocation ceremony of Institute of Management and Information Science. Thank you.
I say good morning, my dear friends. That's the spirit. Revered Chief Guest of the 18th Convocation of IMIS, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, President Customer Strategy, CEO Future Media, Future Group, and very interestingly, CEO Bengal Warriors. Welcome you, sir. Esteemed Convocation Speaker, a true friend, philosopher and guide, none other than Father P.D. Thomas. I would say about Father P.D. Thomas, people have rarely seen him in the place where nobody can do any work, nobody can do, that Father Thomas can do it. He is a professor, he is an institution builder, and he is a person of eminence. The academic entrepreneur, the leader of leaders, Mr. H.K. Patnaik, Director General, Professor of Economics, and your Director, Madam Dr. Usha, Professor of Finance and Dean of IMIS, Dr. S.P. Mahapatra, ladies and gentlemen, people from press and media, invitees, parents of my pass-out students, those who are going to get their degree today, my dear existing students, senior and juniors, and my dear managers of the corporate world. I welcome you all to this 18th Convocation ceremony of IMIS on behalf of Governing Council, Advisory Council, Academic Council, Faculty Council. I welcome you all to this August gathering.
Let me mention to you that I am delighted to be here. And every time I visit this place, I see this institute going from strength to strength, development to development. As a result, it has reached a status within the country which is very highly respected, both from the academic as well as from the industrial worlds. In fact, with great enthusiasm, I would like to mention that this is the 16th time that I am standing here in order to speak to you. Since 1984, that is in the last 30 years, I have attended so many convocations almost every year. I addressed so many convocations, but still I feel there is a pull that attracts me and brings me to IMIS. If you are a person with values and integrity, and the reason is there are people who can become jealous of you, there are people who want to downgrade you and take your position and go forward. This can create a lot of frustration, disappointment, and a feeling that you are unwanted. But that is the time when you should feel happy. Because you stood for your principles, because you have got your values based on our community, our religion, and our national ethos. If you stood for this and if you have to suffer, you should feel happy because people have recognized your character. People have given you the applause that you are hearing today. From different parts of the country and the world, people will recognize that you are the type of person required for the company, for the nation. But you will also see, as you move forward, certain subjects that you have studied will be basic, you have to build on. And as you are here, I am also speaking from my experience at XLRI and XIM. Many of you may have felt the subject called business ethics. You have it, no? People used to tell me at XLRI and XIM, we are wasting our time studying so-called business ethics. Their question is, where is ethics today? So they say we are wasting time. I used to tell them, let's wait. Next year we are going to meet at the alumni function and your seniors will be there. At that time we will ask them whether ethics had any relevance at all. And sure enough, the next year and the year after that, when we meet, they tell me one thing. If there was one subject that was relevant, it was ethics. You will come to know about this later as you are moving in your career. You are dealing with ethics every day. Ethics simply would mean the science or the art or dealing with what is right and what is wrong. To thine own self be true. I congratulate all of you on this happy occasion, and please convey our appreciation and congratulations to your family members and your relatives and friends. And thank you for listening. God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, the priceless moment has come. It is indeed a great honor for all of us to have amongst us our chief guest of the 18th Convocation, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, President, Customer Strategy, Future Group, Mumbai, to address the audience. May I have the privilege to call upon our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, to grace this special occasion with his valuable words. Sir, please.
Father P.D. Thomas, Dr. Beuria, Mr. Patnaik, Dr. Kamila, and Dr. Mahapatra. Friends, family members, faculty members, it's a great privilege to be here. And as Father Thomas was passing me before he started his address, he just said, let's see how this goes. And I was telling him, Father, you can do this in your sleep. It's me, I'm doing it for the first time. So to the batch of 2014, I think Father Thomas gave some really good practical advice. And I wish I had got this advice when I started my career, pretty much like you guys are starting now. Today is the first day of your life. First day of the rest of your life. And while that is true of every day of our life, every day is the first day of the rest of our lives, today is perhaps a little more of a first day of the rest of your lives. And this, for some of you, might become instrumental in discovering why you are on this planet today. Yeah, it's a possibility. It may not happen to all of you, but could happen to some of you. The one thing I can be sure of, that none of you in this audience, you really know how this will pan out, right? You still don't know it. There is a whole world of unknown out there, and you need to conquer it. And I think like I said, some really good practical tips from Father Thomas on how, by keeping your integrity and by keeping your principles and your values and staying true to them, you can actually achieve a lot in life. Some of you will probably start out on your own. I'm told that very few of you are actually going to pursue entrepreneurial job, but I'm sure a lot of you probably will, after a few years of working, might go down that path. And you find that in entrepreneurial world, some of these phases or 5-year phases that Mr. Handa had spoken about will probably occur much faster, and you might gain from it immensely in a lot more. So I would like to leave behind 7 things that I have really gathered over nearly 3 decades of working in the industry. I think first and most important thing that all of you must keep in mind is to develop your network. We are not, however brilliant you are, you alone are not it. So unless you have a network, your network of your friends, your batchmates, your seniors, your professors, your juniors, okay, your friends, people that you meet on work, just keep gathering these things. In my mobile phone now, I have something like 7,000 contacts. A lot of whose faces I can't recall. The names are there, and once they start talking and give me a context, I can recall. But it's, those 7,000 names, some of them are very big and influential, powerful people. But there are about 25 names of drivers. Drivers that when I go to different cities, who have driven me around, and I like those guys. So when I go back to that city, I call the same driver. So even those numbers I have stored and kept it, and they are part of my network. Very often those drivers give you a kind of practical advice that will floor you. So anybody you come in contact with becomes a potential member of your network. So grow your network. I think that's going to be one of the biggest assets that you will have going forward. And I think that's what alumni functions. I think there was a mention of the alumni day that Professor Thomas made. But I think alumni becomes a very, very crucial part of your network, because they'll be, okay, I have changed something like, I've worked in 7 different organizations. 3 out of those 7 jobs came to me because somebody in my network knew somebody who said, look at this guy, because he's, what you're looking for, he's the right guy for it. And I went then for the interview, and of course I came through on my own merit. But the network actually initiated those 3 contacts. So the value of network you cannot underestimate. Number 2, look for a mentor. Actually, in fact, go hunting for mentors. Not one, you can have many mentors, that's the good news. In fact, when I was young, someone told me that your first boss in corporate world will determine how far you'll go in your life. Because there are a lot of automatic responses that you develop in your working style. Automatic things that comes naturally to you thereafter. You learn and imbibe from the first boss. But it need not be so. I mean, if your first boss is a great guy and or a great gal, and you follow them and you also might have a great chance at success. But if first boss happens to be a loser, you don't have to be one because of that. Okay, you can prevent that by looking for mentors beyond, mentors could be in your family, it could be faculty, it could be somebody else you come across. However, one thing you must remember, that while you can have many mentors, you should also think hard about what is it that you bring back to the mentor. Because nobody would just want to keep giving you advice if they are not going to get anything in return from you. And by that I mean you need to also add to their knowledge in some manner. You need to think hard about what is it that you bring to the mentor, on why they should. If you're a family member, they will indulge you a couple of times. And to the mentor, again, go back for looking for advice which is of a larger general purpose, and rather than day-to-day advice saying, what do I do how do I send this memo versus that. That is not the kind of advice you seek from a mentor. So mentor is a very important area that you must expand to. Third thing is keep learning and keep applying. So you'll have good experiences in life, you'll have bad experiences. Enjoy the good experiences, but celebrate the bad ones. Because as Theodore Levitt once said, the value of learning from experience is exaggerated. You don't learn from experience, you only learn from bad experience. Good experience makes you happy, bad experience teaches you something in return. So celebrate bad experiences. In fact, my boss loves talking about his failures. Whenever he gets an opportunity, he would love and talk about the 3 movies that he made and how they spectacularly failed and flopped, and he lost a lot of money, but what he learned in the process. So he talks about that. So never ever, and I think again Professor Thomas was giving examples of people who kept rising from failure again after, and that can only happen when you're learning from your failures. So keep learning and keep applying. And learning, like I think he also mentioned, is something, it's a continuous process. You'll keep on getting opportunities, and some of the most unexpected areas might teach you things that you'll come to value a lot. In fact, my most favorite course, and the only course I remember from my IIT days, is a course that I did on 20th century drama. That one course has taught me more than the entire collected 5 years of learning that I had at IIT. Because that one course taught me about people and what are the people's motivations, what situations do people react to in what manner and why. What are the reasons why they react to a situation in a given manner. And that really helps you a lot going forward. I can see a lot of those characters shining out from those drama pages. And when I meet people in corporate life, I see them in them, one of those characters. So it's I think, like I said, it can come from anywhere. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that. Fourth is, you need to get a global perspective in today's world. But please ensure that you're true to your roots. So don't lose your roots. You might join a multinational company. A lot of multinational companies want to deculture people because they want to have a uniform kind of managerial ethos across the world. So they want to deculture you, saying forget about all the Indian stuff. This is how we do things. So I mean, you go along with the flow, but don't lose sight of your roots, because eventually it will all come magically together. And if you have stayed firm in your own beliefs, you might find something truly valuable there. So someday you might be teaching people Indian management. It's India's century after all, so who knows? Yeah. Fifth is go out there to make meaning, not to make money. And I think this is one of the things that is easier said than done. But very often, and I remember this, a lot of our batchmates used to keep comparing after we passed out of IIM. They'll keep looking at every year, it used to make front page news. The starting salary at IIM this year is so much. And for I think about 10 years after I passed out, graduates were still getting more salary than what I was getting. So I used to always think, they should allow the alumni to come back and apply. So the fresh graduates are getting more than what we were getting even then, after 10 years of working. So don't get carried away by that hype. I think money is an outcome and not really something that... So if you're making meaning in your work, you'll definitely make enough money to live a very happy life. But if you're not making meaning, then whatever amount of your money you make, you'll not be happy. The sixth thing you need to do clearly is to be financially smart. So it's very tempting to borrow from tomorrow, from a very promising tomorrow, for living a better today. But please ensure that you also put something from your today into your tomorrow, because you just don't know, life is uncertain, and from where you can... So if you're financially smart, you'll not be caught in a situation where you'll stand to regret, or you'll be in a difficult situation financially. And finally, work towards being a well-rounded personality and a good human being. Give back to the society. Make sure that you find ways of getting involved with some social causes and issues that interest you. Keep a hobby alive. Keep something. You need to have a serious hobby. That's what I was talking to Dr. Biuria about. That one of the things that I have always done, I mean, I started learning music after I became 40, and I wish I had started earlier. But even though I started learning formally only at the age of 40, I was always connected with music in some manner. It's just that I took a little more serious interest and a little more structured interest in that. So I think when you look at some of these softer things in life and live a fuller life. So I also became a Rotarian at the age of 36. And while Rotary helped me expand my network, which was my primary objective of getting in, but I found a lot of things there, a lot of projects that we started doing, which made me aware of the larger part of the society, which I was otherwise insensitive to or disconnected with. And at Rotary, we do a lot of things which are, in trying to help weaker sections of society, that I think is a good thing to do, because it kind of gives you a feeling of fulfillment and sense of having done your duty to the world. So just to summarize those 7 things: develop your network, go hunting for mentors, keep learning and keep applying, enjoy your good experiences but celebrate the bad ones, be a global citizen with Indian roots, go out and make meaning, not money, be financially smart, borrow from tomorrow for today but also invest in tomorrow from today, and work towards being a well-rounded personality and a good human being. And finally, remember this: I think today in this hall, your learning has not ended. It's just only begun. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. It's time to rejoice. We express our heartiest congratulations to all the awardees present here. The show begins now. Each diploma represents the fulfillment of serious commitment and is a symbol of excellence, which is created by your investment of perseverance, devotion to quality, and hard work. As well said, life is enjoyed most when we complete a big task, and graduating from college often provides us with a thrill that lasts. On this sacred occasion, we would like to make this moment an unforgettable one and dedicate this day to honor our awardees. Today, there are awards for the toppers, best students, and specialization toppers. So let me have the privilege to request our dear professor and lovable guide, the Dean Academics of IMIS, Professor S.P. Mahapatra, to take over the proceedings. Please, sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, President, Customer Strategy Future Group and CEO Future Media. Revered Convocation Speaker, Professor Dr. P.D. Thomas, former Director, XLRI. Esteemed Director General, Mr. H.K. Patnaik, Honorable Advisor, Dr. K.K. Beuria, respected Director, Dr. Rusa Kamila, esteemed members of Governing Council, Advisory, Academic and Faculty Council, intellectuals, awardees, parents, distinguished guests, members of media, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to greet you all on this occasion of 18th Annual Convocation of Institute of Management and Information Science, Bhubaneswar. Graduates of 2014, we welcome you to the community of decision makers. You enter your profession with a commitment to lifelong learning, professional practice, knowledge and virtues instilled within you during your stay at IMIS. And now you are going to receive the final degree in the field. I, now an alumnus of IMIS, do solemnly place in the name of Almighty that I shall remain true to the institutional motto of discipline, leadership, and commitment as I embark upon on my career, and that I shall bear true allegiance to my profession in a manner that ultimately benefit our human society, and that I shall incorporate ethical and moral principles that constitute integrity. With this affirmation, I shall strive to show compassion, embrace diversity, and above all, uphold excellence, deserving of respect by all. Thank you. Please be seated. It is customary on the part of IMIS to recognize with the sense of gratitude to many awards in the memory of these patrons: late Sudhir Chandra Patnaik, late Samsundar Beuria, late Gauramani Patnaik, late Ahalya Beuria. Thank you all, and we are truly encouraged by your patronage on instituting these awards. Now we'll go to the most precious moments, that is distribution of awards to the awardees. Amongst the class of PGDM 2014, the gold medal in the memory of late Sudhir Chandra Patnaik goes to Mr. Subhanil Maulik. I now request Mr. Subhanil Maulik to come to the stage. I request Honorable Chief Guest to kindly give away the award. Thank you. Now it's time for the Best Student Award in the memory of late Shamsundar Beuria. The Best Student Award for the class of PGDM 2014 goes to Mr. Devjyoti Rakshit. May I request Honorable Convocation Speaker to kindly give away the award. The Specialization Topper Award in the Marketing Specialization goes to Mr. Buddhaditya Saha. I request Mr. Buddhaditya Saha to come to the stage and receive the award from the Honorable Chief Guest. The topper award in finance visualization goes to Ms. Kumari Shurvi. I request Ms. Kumari Shurvi to kindly come to the dais. Perhaps Shurvi could not come to the function due to her busy schedule, an important assignment. May I request Professor S.S. Ahmed to come to the stage and receive the award on behalf of Ms. Kumari Shurvi. Thank you, sirs. The topper award in the specialization area of HRDM goes to Ms. Nipurna Patnaik. May I have the privilege to request Ms. Nipurna Patnaik to come to the dais and receive the specialization topper award from our chief guest. May I request our honorable chief guest to kindly give away the award. Amongst the class of PGDM Finance and Control 2014, the gold medal in memory of late Gauramani Patnaik goes to Ms. Nikita Sundarka. As Ms. Nikita Sundarka could not come to the function due to her busy schedule and important assignment, I request Professor Dr. Suryadev to please come to the stage and receive the award on behalf of Ms. Nikita Sundarka from the chief guest. Thank you, sirs. Amongst the class of PGDM Finance and Control 2014, the Best Student Award in memory of late Ahalya Beuria goes to Mr. Muhammad Sariq. As Mr. Muhammad Sariq could not come to the function due to his busy schedule and important assignment, I request his father, Mr. Muhammad Sajid, to come to the stage to receive the award on behalf of Mr. Muhammad Sariq. I now request graduates of class of PGDM Finance and Control 2014 to come and receive the certificate from the honorable guests. Sumit Kumar Singh, Mr. Sumit Kumar Singh, Mr. Tushar Sahu, Mr. Subhajit Nag, Mr. Abhinav Kashyap, Mr. Muhammad Sariq, Ms. Priti Pandey, Ms. Megha Bisharia, Mr. Sumit Kumar Sarma, Mr. Padmanabh Sahu, Ms. Deepika Patra, Mr. Bharat Kumar Sahu, Ms. Nikita Sundarka, Mr. A. Raghuveer, Ms. Sonal Agrawal, Mr. Ratnadeep Mitra, Mr. Tarun Kumar Mahato, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, and Mr. Swarup Sundar Senapati. Now it's time for Postgraduate Diploma in Management. Mr. Chittaranjan Behra, Mr. Subhadeep Mishra, Mr. Buddhaditya Saha, Mr. Gaurav Dhar, Ms. Shreya Shyam Purkayastha, Mr. Pritam Das, Ms. Joyita Deb, Mr. Andrew Joseph Rian, Mr. Abhishek Maharana, Ms. Priyanka Bhattacharya, Mr. Santosh Kumar Singh, Ms. Arifa Nargish Khatun, Mr. Deep Das, Mr. Anish Varghese Matthew, Mr. Tinu Thomas, Mr. Abhishek Maiti, Mr. Abhishek Maji, Mr. Ashish Kumar Makeup, Mr. Arindam Sarkar, Mr. Rajat Roy, Ms. Priyanka Kumari, Ms. Bandini Pradhan, Mr. Sandeepan Roy, Mr. Debujit Datta, Mr. Sayan Varman, Mr. Jyoti Kallol Mahapatra, Mr. Ramlan Mohanty, Ms. Chinmayi Sahu. Please clap for your friends. Ms. Bhagyasri Nayak, Mr. Ayush Kumar Agarwal, Mr. Devjyoti Rakshit, please, Mr. Suraj Sailendra Sinku, Ms. Madhumita, Mr. Tanmay Ghosh, Mr. Rajo Jacob Alexander, Mr. Ashutosh Beuria, Mr. Guptaranjan Bhukta, Mr. Kapil Majumdar, Mr. Saival Soban Das, Ms. Monalisha Parida, Mr. Abhijit Datta, Mr. Rahul Kumar Singh, Ms. Renu Wala, Mr. Nishant Kumar, Ms. Risha Mishra, Ms. Sushmita Paul, Mr. Mahesh Satpathy, Mr. Rakesh Mohapatra, Mr. Sambit Raut, Ms. Kumari Shurvi, Ms. Kritika Basu. Please clap for the awardees. All juniors and seniors, for their achievement you need to clap. Ms. Shweta Pradhan, Ms. Shweta Kumari, Ms. Pallavi Roy, Ms. Priya Lohia, Ms. Ankita Palit, Mr. Lagnajit Sahu, Mr. Sangram Keshari Das, Mr. Sunny Kumar Singh, Mr. Arindam Sarkar, Mr. Nihar Ranjan Patti, Mr. Subhanil Maulik, Mr. Pankaj Agrawal, Mr. Avinash Kumar Gope, Mr. Dibyajit Patnaik, Mr. Sagar Panigrahi, Mr. Ashutosh Das, Ms. Neetu, Mr. Trinath Pradhan, Ms. Nipurna Patnaik, please. Mr. Deepak Kumar Sahu, Mr. Bhargav Patra, Ms. Nikita Johnson, Ms. Ankita Mohapatra, Ms. Prabha Manjula Patnaik, Ms. Mary Jenna, Ms. Sonali Singh, Ms. Deepika Mohanty, Mr. Devdatta Panigrahi, Mr. Rashmi Ranjan Bihari. Please clap, all of you. Mr. Muhammad Imran, Ms. Fari Agarwal, Mr. Jyotiranjan Sahu, Ms. Varsha Das, Mr. Syed Sehnwaz Hussain, Mr. Vishwaranjan Nanda, Mr. Akash Prusti, Mr. Somya Sarthak Roy, Mr. Alok Ranjan Naik, Ms. Poonam Kumari Rautia, Mr. Sanat Vishwabhushan, Mr. Sutikshna Mohanty, Mr. Utkarsh Kumar, Ms. Monalisa Sahu, Mr. Rakesh Kumar Pradhan, Mr. Abhishek Agrawal, Mr. Devdatta Palai, Mr. Kalandi Barik, Mr. Saurav Kumar Jha, Mr. Dushyant Kumar Naik, Mr. Dev Prakash Pandey, and Ms. Minu Tripathi. Thank you, sir. Dear awardees, you have achieved success by dreaming, persevering, and growing. You should be proud of your accomplishments. But at the same time, it is important that you determine the next episode of your life. What will be your next success? Certainly, I can't answer this question for you. What I can say empathetically is that IMIS is proud to have you as graduates of class 2014. Congratulations and thank you. God bless you all. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
We would like to request our Honorable Director Dr. Usha Kamila to please come and propose the vote of thanks. Madam, please.
Thank you, Saibal. Esteemed Chief Guest of the 18th Convocation of IMIS, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, President Customer Strategy Future Group, Distinguished Convocation Speaker, Professor Dr. P.D. Thomas, former Director XLRI, Founder and Director General of IMIS, Mr. Hemant Kumar Patnaik, Advisor of IMIS, Dr. Kamala Kantberia, Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Siba Prasad Mahapatra, esteemed members of the Governing Council, Advisory Council, Academic Council, and the Faculty Council, our most loved students of the present batches, and our most valued invited guests, the graduating class of 2014, parents of the graduating students, and last but not the least, the members of the print and electronic media. A very warm good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As we come to the end of this prestigious convocation ceremony, it is indeed my pleasure to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks to all those who have made this event such a success.
Pratishtita Jagrata Prapya Varannivodhata. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Such was the inspiring call to the youth, to us from one of the greatest gurus that walked the earth, Swami Vivekananda, so that we can be our own driving forces, respond to our true calling, become more than what we are, and deliver more than what the world gives us. On that note, I sincerely request our chief guest, Mr. Sandeep Tarkas, to kindly declare the closure of the 18th Convocation of IMIS. Please, sir.
I hereby declare the 18th Convocation ceremony of IMIS Bhubaneswar closed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone present here to kindly stand up for the national anthem, followed by the return procession. Thank you.
जी हाँ, अनेकता में एकता और हर्षोल्लास की परिचायक है हमारी भारतीय संस्कृति।
To bring liveliness in the life, state of Bengal usually perform Jhumur dance. To present that, we have Papri, Debangana and Shiny.
ধিতাং ধিতাং বলে কে মাদলে তান তোলে, তার আনন্দ উচ্ছলে আকাশ ভরে জোছনায়। ধিতাং ধিতাং বলে কে মাদলে তান তোলে, তার আনন্দ উচ্ছলে আকাশ ভরে জোছনায়। আয় ছুটে সকলে এই মাটির ধরা তলে, আজ হাসির কলরলে নূতন জীবন গড়িয়ায়। আয় রে আয়, লগন বয়ে যায়, মেঘ গুরু গুরু করে চাঁদের সীমানায়। আয় রে আয়, লগন বয়ে যায়, মেঘ গুরু গুরু করে চাঁদের সীমানায়। পারুল বন ডাকে চম্পা ছুটে আয়, বর্গিরা সব হাঁকে কোমর বেঁধে আয়। আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়। দিনক না তিন দিনা এই বাজারে প্রাণ বিনা, আজ সবার মিলন বিনা এমন জীবন বৃথা যায়। এ দেশ তোমার আমার, এই আমরা ভরি খামার, আর আমরা গড়ি স্বপ্ন দিয়ে সোনার কামনায়। আয় রে আয়, লগন বয়ে যায়, মেঘ গুরু গুরু করে চাঁদের সীমানায়। আয় রে আয়, লগন বয়ে যায়, মেঘ গুরু গুরু করে চাঁদের সীমানায়। পারুল বন ডাকে চম্পা ছুটে আয়, বর্গিরা সব হাঁকে কোমর বেঁধে আয়। আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়। ধিতাং ধিতাং বলে কে মাদলে তান তোলে, কার আনন্দ উচ্ছলে আকাশ ভরে জোছনায়। আয় ছুটে সকলে এই মাটির ধরা তলে, আজ হাসির কলরলে নূতন জীবন গড়িয়ায়। আয় রে আয়, লগন বয়ে যায়, মেঘ গুরু গুরু করে চাঁদের সীমানায়। পারুল বন ডাকে চম্পা ছুটে আয়, বর্গিরা সব হাঁকে কোমর বেঁধে আয়। আয় রে আয়, আয় রে আয়।
The festival of Navratri comes with a promise of 9 days filled with fun, frolic dance and festivities all around. Garba is usually performed in circles and Dandiya is played with colorful sticks.
ख्वाबों के बीच कटी जमीन पे हमको बोना है, आशा के मोती सांसों की माला हमें पिरोना है। अपना बोझ मिल के साथ ही हमको ढोना है। शहनाई शहनाई शहनाई, सजियो सजियो शुगरी शेवी, आशा चटकते माता मंगल बेला आई, सपनों की लहरी पे दिल की बाजी रे शहनाई शहनाई।
applause, welcome the dazzling beauties of Goa for a Coriandino dance.
Undra mucha mama, aniau Santa Tuca. Undra mucha mama, aniau Santa Tuca. Animazori chapila lagi selu madinaka. Animazori chapila lagi selu madinaka. Undira mama I love, ani pachi ponali pulo. Undira mama I love, ani pachi ponali pulo. Animazori chapila nataka yaka gasa hailo. Animazori chapila nataka yaka gasa hailo. Ya ya maya ya, 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 ya ya maya ya. Morgoa tu yager, mezcalada tonto. Morgoa tu yager, mezcalada tonto. Tajerik chidu na tata, bakale koran bendo. Tajerik chidu na tata, bakale koran bendo. Takayo ko paklo seta, pura kandalu no tondu. Takayo ko paklo seta, pura kandalu no tondu. Are pakla soy na kaire, chedu no bailo rando. Are pakla soy na kaire, chedu no bailo rando. Ya ya maya ya, 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 ya ya maya ya.
बैसाख का माह जो आया, मन बल्ले बल्ले करने को चाहा। खूब खुशियों से मन भर आई, अब देखो पंजाब की झांकी आई। पंजाब की झांकी भांगड़ा से ही बनती है, उसी की झलक लिए हमारे सामने आ रहे हैं पंजाबी पटाखे।
मुखड़ा लुका के रख ला, नीमिया तो कुछ चीर पा के रख ला, पल्ले विच मुखड़ा लुका के रख ला। हमें करी ना किसी दे नाल प्यार, मुंडिया तो बच के रही, बजन दबार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही
Our India is a synthesis of different culture, divided by culture, united by spirits, but spreading the message of happiness, that is unity in diversity.
रंगों की खुशबू इन हवाओं में है, मिट्टी का एहसास इन फिजाओं में है, यूं ही रहे आपके होंठों पे मुस्कुराहट, यही बात हमारे दुआओं में है।